Hello, friends. Robert Bevan here, author of the Caverns and Creatures series of comedy, fantasy novels, and short stories. With me is Sam West, and today we're talking about the spell Nathair's Mischief. This one's kind of silly.
I like this one.
Yeah.
It's not that good, but it's okay. I like it a lot though. It's a cute little second level illusion spell from Fizban's Treasury of Dragons. 60-foot cast range, takes an action to cast it. You need a piece of a crust from an apple pie. Sure. You fill a 20. It is concentration up for a minute. You fill a 20-foot cube you can see with draconic magic. Roll on the Mischief Surge table to determine the magical effect produced, and roll again at the start of each of your turns until the spell ends. You can then move the cube up to 10 feet. So you basically get a 20-foot cube of Mischief that you get to scoot around on your turn 10 feet at a time before you roll the effect. And you do that like roll at the start of each turn. So at the start of each turn is when you get to move it if you want to.
Right.
The Mischief Surges, though, these are the fun bits. Only a D4, which lame. Wizards be better. Give us more random wacky surges. But all right, sure. D4 is enough. This on a 1, the smell of apple pie fills the air, and each creature makes a wisdom saving throw or is charmed by you until the start of your next turn. 2, a bouquet of flowers appears all around, and each creature in the cube must make dex saves or be blinded until the start of your next turn as flowers spray water in their faces like clowns. Yep.
Yeah, all right, go ahead.
Number 3, each creature in the cube makes a wisdom saving throw or begins giggling until the start of your next turn. Giggling creatures are incapacitated and use their movement to go in a random direction. Oh boy. And 4 is drops of molasses appear and hover in the cube, making it difficult terrain. Boo. Obviously, one of these things is not like the others. Incapacitation is really good.
Yeah.
Charmed is pretty good, but it's just charmed to you, so that's a little bit worse whenever you got, buddies and stuff. Blinded is fine. That's probably the second best condition, I'd think. The neat part is, though, like, if this just incapacitated the area, this spell would be busted. This spell would be, like, easily one of the best second level spells in the game. But because it just sometimes incapacitates them, and sometimes blinds them, and sometimes does other things, this spell ends up being pretty nifty. It ends up being a pretty high utility spell that I would really like to just be a bard spell. But Bob, it has to also be a fucking wizard spell.
Yeah.
It has to be. But it's fine. It's fine. It's also a sorcerer spell. I don't know. What do you think of it? What do you make of it?
I don't know. I'd feel a lot better if it didn't have that flower squirting water thing. I mean,
Why does that specifically turn you off?
because it's just dumb. Flowers don't squirt water. This is except for on the lapels of clowns.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening here.
But that's not. I mean, if that was the giggling effect, maybe it's still pretty stupid. But
Sure.
I mean, if it's a blindness, I could see it like, all right, the air fills with rose petals, nobody can see. Okay, that's one thing. But because flowers are squirting water into their eyes, that's. I
It
mean,
needs to linger so they can leave the space and have it still be blinded. But yes, I get you.
we're playing in a time period here. This is, it's a different world, different universe. But when was the squirty flower invented?
I'm gonna go with the 1800s. Late 1800s would be my
Think so?
guess.
That's
When were
far
clowns
too.
popular?
I mean, there have been jesters and stuff. That's fine, but
Sure.
the squirty flower, no.
I I will say I agree. Of these effects, man, does that one pull you out of the fantasy of Dungeons and Dragons. It makes you kind of go like, what? When that occurs. So yeah, maybe that isn't the greatest words that could appear here. Let's pretend it doesn't say that, Bob. Let's
Yeah,
say
I mean, it doesn't burn my cookies like Jim's magic
Jim's
missile,
Magic Mythical.
but it's it's
Yep.
it's it's creeping up there. Oh,
I like that ism, burn my cookies. I'm gonna pick that up. That's good.
all
Anyway,
right.
the rest of the effects though, would you be happy casting this?
Yeah, probably. I like this kind of thing. I like the randomness of it. Yeah, I agree with you. There should be more on the table.
Mm-hmm.
More different effects. I am, and I kind of like that. There's one really good one, and three. Well, two okay ones and one like the molasses. Like,
20-foot area difficult terrain
a
is not enough too
20-foot
bad.
area, yeah, because yeah,
Especially if you intend to get the other effects, right? Like, this isn't something you're tactically going, oh, good, I know they'll have to dash if I do this now. No, you're casting this like on an area of people that are probably already fighting you, that you want to incapacitate, that you want to charm, that you want to do any of the other things too, right? And that's gonna be the difficult terrain, I think, quite bad, like almost unusably bad. That doesn't necessarily mean it shouldn't exist here. I do like that there's an effect that's like menial, but still flavorfully random and chaotic, and will have sometimes a random effect where you're like, wow, that actually mattered. That's neat.
well, I mean, you say unusable, but the thing is, it's random, so
Yeah.
it's not. None of it's usable. You can't use it, on intentionally. But yeah, I will agree with you that the giggling is the incapacitation is pretty good.
Yeah, just don't take a turn. Just skip your turn and go in a random direction. That seems bananas. It's really
um,
good. Just
the
be like,
charm
hey, look at
the
these four
charm felt
baddies.
the
Go
charm
away.
felt good to me until you pointed out that it's only charmed to the caster. But still, I think that's pretty good.
I think there'll be a few instances of time where clever players and groups with like roleplay heavy will find that charm is the most powerful effect, because they'll be able to be like, why are we fighting? Let's not. We're buddies, right? And they'll go, yeah, you're right. And then you can diffuse the situation that way.
Or you could, I mean, you could cast this out of combat just in a bar or something. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't hurt anybody. People
I
got
don't know if
flowers
anyone would
squirting in there.
enjoy having water sprayed in their face, but sure, yeah. Like, there's
No,
no physical damage being dealt. You're right.
it's you're a nuisance. But yeah, you're probably not going to get murdered over this. But yeah, if it does happen to be the charm effect,
Mhm.
then you've got something potentially very good going on. If you got 8 people in that cube, and 4 of them get charmed.
For 6 whole seconds, you'll have them charmed under you
Wait, oh yeah, that's right.
because it'll switch
Yeah. Anyway, you can still get them to do something in 6 seconds. Hey, buy me a drink or
real
something. I don't
quick.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, hurry up,
I
get his attention, get his attention.
I definitely think this is something that is mostly being cast in combat. I think the out of combat utility of it is suspect, especially when charm person exists. Still, I think that the charm in the combat will lead to some fun moments. I think that the giggling is very good and the blind is very useful. So like even like blind will sometimes just set up a creature to get knocked down because they'll have attacks against them will have advantage. They'll have disadvantage. Oh, pardon, attack rolls. That's very good. It's very solid. The other nice thing about it, right, is things can move in and out of the space without being affected by it, which is pretty cool. Minus the difficult terrain that it becomes a static effect, but like the blind effect, charm effect, and incapacitation all happen at your turn. So if your buddies want to navigate in and out of the space, they won't get affected by the conditions. That's pretty cool upside too over a lot of these other kind of area of effect conditional based stuff. I think this spell has a lot of room for play. I will say I think of the books released consistency wise, Fizban's Treasury of Dragons, I think, knocks almost all of them out of the park as far as spells that are fun, add interesting dynamics to the game, and that I would recommend playing with. I think this is some of the best work Wizards has done since like Volo's Guide to Monsters.
All right, I found a good use for this.
Oh yeah,
Outside of combat, potentially getting into combat.
yeah.
Yeah, all right. There's a couple of guards at the gate.
Okay.
Any of these effects will be good. If you can get them charmed, awesome.
6 seconds, we go
Let me
by.
in. Yeah, open the door, let me in. If you can get them to just giggle and walk away,
You just walk
even
right
better.
through.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems great.
If they're blinded, take your opportunity to attack them.
Or again, they can't see you. Just go right on through.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if the gate's open. I mean,
Mhm.
or what's the other one? Oh, the molasses. Oh,
Sprint.
crap. Yeah, run away.
Mhm. Yeah, that's actually pretty neat. I didn't think that like all three of these or all four of these do have some implication of just like slowing down, stifling like passage kind of circumstance. And that it does have a lot of out of combat uses. A lot of the game does involve around going places you're not allowed to be. And this is good there.
Yeah, I like this one.
I do too.
Are we done talking about it?
I mean, I think
Yeah.
we talked about basically what it does.
Yeah.
It is
Talk about
random,
each
but
of the
it's a good
effects.
kind of random. And if you want a good condition effect, this can do a lot of things.
Yeah, I always think I like random, and then until you tell me I'm wrong. Like with what was it Chaos
Chaos
Bolt? Do we
Bolt.
do we cover that?
God,
Yeah.
that spell is ass.
Well, yeah, it's just I like the randomness, and then you said, yeah, but all those random things effectively do the same thing. Oh yeah, you're right. But this one is
It just
truly
changes the
random.
language. Yeah, and it's random in a meaningful like it does enough consistently good stuff that you'll find times to use it, and there'll still be cool moments where the randomness will be like, wasn't that wacky, wasn't that crazy, but it'll be consistent still.
Hmm.
It'll be a spell you'll cast when you want a thing to happen, and it'll be good at having that thing happen. I like it.
Yeah, I'd like to see more of these in the future, and yeah, I
Me too.
guess in one D&D perhaps.
Yes. Let's try and get one D&D to have magic be more magical. That's what I want to see from one D&D. Spells that have more variance, spells that have a little bit more volatility. And this is right up that alley. 3 out of 5. This is a perfectly serviceable condition spell.
Ooh, am I gonna go for 4? Nah, it's not
It's not that
amazing,
good.
but it's fun. All right,
It is very fun. That's why I
I'll
like it.
agree with your 3. All right, that was Nathair's Mischief.
Mhm.
Thank you, Sam, and thank you all for joining us. We'll see you next time.
I
Bye
would
bye.
like to post to the commenters. If you can give me a good reason why this isn't just a Bard exclusive, put it in the comments because I can't see it. This deserves to be a Bard exclusive because there deserve to be more Bard exclusives. But anyway, thank you for watching, everybody.
Yeah, I will agree with that as well. This feels bardy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's it. We're leaving. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, informative, or entertaining, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button below. You needn't smash it, a gentle tap will suffice. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel. And make sure you check out the links in the description, where you'll find my Caverns Creatures series of comedy fantasy novels, Sam's full review of the spell, and other fun things.